So what I'm about to start doing now is communicating with those two IL-10s you see circled on the screen. Two other bombers had indicated they were taking the left and right base, and it looked to me like if those IL-10s were going to take the middle, so I was spending some time now hooking up my controller keyboard to the controller. You can see an example of one there. It cost about $20 at your local retail store. Just waiting for them to answer. As soon as I type in a message here, ask them if they're about to bomb the mid base. Can't type very fast on that keyboard, obviously. Looks like they're going for that tank column right there on the screen. So I think we're okay. Still waiting for a response. Okay, you can see the flashing indicator there. He's letting me know that he's going for that tank column over there. So what I'm doing now is letting them know that I'll be bombing the middle base, and then I'll meet everybody at the airfield with any remaining bombs. The trip up to this point was uneventful. I'm going to be lining up my bomb sites now. Nothing too crazy about this. You want to just put that vertical bomb site right on the middle of that reticle, that red base reticle, and as soon as it meets the horizontal solid line, you drop. There is a lag indicator circle that will show up, especially when you're making big maneuvers. Ignore it completely. Your bombs are going to drop on that bomb site, vertical and horizontal where they meet. Don't pay attention to that lag indicator or you will miss. This is a big turn here to get lined up on the airfield. My crew is level 29. You'll notice with lower level crews this is much harder. So take heart if your plane is just completely unwieldy, that when you get closer or higher level, it'll be a little bit easier to make these turns until you can do what I just did there and just really yank on it. So we've damaged the base now. I'm about to check out the airfield and see how much we've done. And we're about to see that it's very little, maybe 10% of the airfield is damaged. But that's okay. I mean, don't freak out that you just wasted 2,000 kg of bombs on an airfield. You really didn't. You're getting credit and points, Silver Lions research, based on the amount of tonnage that you drop, and you just did a direct hit on an airfield, so you will get points for it. So what I'm doing right now is angling the nose of our plane just in front of the airfield so that we have plenty of room for our approach. That's a good look at the damage that we did to the enemy airfield. As you can see, it's maybe 10%. One thing worth noting here is how fast you can travel in the Pe-8. The max airspeed listed is 422 kilometers an hour. As you can see, we're going quite a bit faster than that. We're going to approach 600, and there's the indicated airspeed at just over 500 before it turned red. So we're coming up on the airfield now, and it's important to give yourself just plenty of room to get to the airfield. If you do it right, you can land in just a few hundred feet, even with a Pe-8, a large bomber. So there's no reason why you can't land on any airfield. Just take your time, be patient. You see I've cut my thrust all the way to 0. I want to get my speed below 400 kilometers per hour before I start deploying my combat flaps. And the way we're going to do this is there's 3 different flap settings here. We have combat, we have takeoff, and we have landing flaps. And we're going to deploy in that order. So most I don't know the exact degree of angle on here. It might be 10, 20, and 30 degree, like when I took my private lessons. And if that's the case, I've deployed my combat flaps. That's going to slow me down. What that allows me to do is not just slow me down, but it allows me to fly slower. So I don't just fall out of the sky because I'm going too slow. After a short time here, you see I've now deployed my takeoff flaps. I believe that'll be maybe 20% flaps. It allows me to fly slower, and it slows me down. So what you're doing by decreasing your speed is you're decreasing the amount of runway you need to stop. And now I've deployed my landing flaps, and I'm actually having to give a little bit of thrust to keep my speed up. You can see I'm only going 165 kilometers per hour, so I will be able to stop very quickly when I hit the runway. At any point now, you can deploy your landing gear. Just don't forget to do it. This might make you pretty nervous seeing another plane coming right at you as you're trying to land, but no need to worry. Over the airfield, you'll just pass right through each other. Now that we've landed, let's see how we did. Look, just a couple hundred feet. So you can land on any airfield, guys. There's no reason to have to return to the large base on some of the maps. Just give yourself plenty of time and you can do it. Okay, we're skipping ahead here where I'm trying to get to where the only other friendly is on the map. That IL-10 down there you can see. I can already hear another plane approaching. I'm looking for him. There's that Ki-61. He's going to make a mess of me here. So there goes my wing. You're thinking, okay, well, game over. You're critically damaged. You can abandon the plane. But look how tanky the Pe-8 is. I'm giving full rudder. You can see it there. Aiming to the left, trying to straighten her out. Now I'm missing most of that wing on the right side, and I've managed to straighten it out. Now what I'm going to try to do, see if I can get my bombs off and get some more points here. I'm going to line up on these tanks that the IL-10 has been attacking. The Ki-61 thinks I'm dead, so he just moved on. I'm just really impressed at how tanky this Pe-8 is. That is a incredible feat of flying. I've done it before too. After bombing a base, get your engines taken out, you can actually float the entire way home. So I've dropped a couple bombs there. And there I've dropped one. I'm dropping my last one. I'm not going to hit anything, but that's okay. Point being, I mean, if you wanted to see some footage of how to fly on one wing, there you go. Lots of rudder. And very, very slow turning. Would have used my bomb sights on those tanks, but I felt like I was going to just crash if I tried to do that, so stayed where I was. Actually going to turn back from home now. We're jumping ahead here to the end of the match. Never made it home before the match ended because, well, Gaijin thinks that I'm not a threat anymore, so no hostile planes existed, or none of friendly planes existed, sorry. But we finished the match with the plane in the air. That's pretty cool. See, we got a decent amount of Silver Lions, 15,000. Good research. It's a good game. As always, like and comment, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks, and see you next time.